evening and a very warm welcome to all of you who've joined us today. And Cutest Vampire is back after a gap. Hi Apu. Hi Nag. Hi Hassan. How are you? Hope your trip is going well. Hello Rajesh. Hi Natasha. Okay, so we just wait a couple of minutes before we start off. So today's guest is a friend and an interior designer who also is a curator. He works with art, he works with artifacts, he works with handlooms, and he works with a lot of traditional crafts that our country has got. So we wanted to encompass the whole thing under one label. So we called it the whole of the country under olive tree. And we decided to, caption this because Heem Desai, thank you. Thanks, I like it that you love the chair. And Heem Desai is a person who really brings the whole country to you. The kind of artifacts that he deals with, the kind of heirlooms and handlooms that he deals with, the kind of furniture he deals with. He's got so many people with him who are helping him come forward with this beautiful platform wherein a lot of things are being offered. The name of his web store is Olive Tree, and I think quickly we'll be having Heem Desai with us.
Hi, Heem.
Hi, Vasu.
Good evening. So glad to have you with us.
No, I'm sorry, I'm not able to hear you. 1 minute.
You'll have to adjust your volume and go on your data.
I'm not
Go
able
off
to
your
hear.
Wi-Fi.
Vasu, 1 minute. Huh?
Yeah. But I can hear you. Heem.
Vasu, can you hear me?
Yes, you're pretty audible. Someone else has. Yeah. Thank you, Farah, for taking quick action. Heem, you're audible. We can hear you. Heem.
Something wrong. Why is it wrong?
Okay, people, I think he's having some volume issues, but in the meantime, a lot of people know Heem Desai as a person who's also been the founder of Farm, the studio, the Farm Studio, wherein he would put up his artifacts and furniture on display. Hi, Amir.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
You can hear, is it? Yeah,
Yes.
I was just telling our friends who joined us about you, about how you brought the whole country under olive tree, and
Thank you so much.
how it's been a wonderful platform for people to get a
Yes.
lot of beautiful, wonderful articles and handicrafts and handlooms and furniture under one
Yes.
brand, under one label. And you also have a web store,
Yes, that's
and
right. We have a
you've
web
just
store by the name
launched your
olivtree.com.
e-magazine. Yes, and
Yes.
you've just
Yes.
launched your e-mag as well.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So I
So we've
think
always
Amit,
started with you. We've always started with you. Olive tree, we started with you. The mag, we
yeah,
started with you. So, and
it's been
this is one
wonderful.
thing we're starting with you as well.
How sweet. That's too many more new beginnings then.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. I think you have to answer Amir. He's been prompting you, him beta, long time. How is it going? So lovely to see you.
Sorry, I didn't get that question.
Amir Sharma is saying hi to you.
Oh, hi, Amir. How are you? Long time. I'm doing good.
Yeah.
I hope you're doing good too. And I keep watching a lot of updates on Facebook and Instagram from your accounts. Wonderful work. I'm so happy for you and Hamida.
Yes. Amir is somebody that all of us love seeing his work and love the
Yes.
work he does. Yes. So Heem, without much ado, I think we'll launch into our live because you do a
Okay.
lot of work. I mean, your capacity to bring in a lot of things is very vast. And I have seen how you gather and bring in together a lot of people under one platform. It must be phenomenal, a lot of work to do to bring so many people under one label. So we just have a few pointers put out wherein we'll just try to get some know-how out of what you do. So the people who are watching us will get some guidelines and, get some insight into what you do.
Sure, sure.
Yeah. So just a couple of lines about Olive Tree Heap. How did it start and how did you come so far with your journey?
So, as you know, I've always been a furniture designer, but
Yeah.
with Ashraf Boutique, we always had this idea of having a website and
Yeah.
showcasing Indian products on the website. Uh, Last year, with the pandemic, we were all at home, so we decided let's just go ahead rather than sitting at home. Let's just work and get our website up and running. So that's what we
Yeah.
did, and it's been a year, and we started talking to all the people we already knew, and we got them on this platform. So we
Yeah.
started with, of course, the decor products, the furniture, the art. But right now, of course, we have a lot much more. Like we have clothing, we have jewelry, uh, then we have food products, health food products, and educational toys, beauty products with natural ingredients, and we're
Yeah.
expanding a lot more now.
Yeah. Yeah. So I know that you also come from a background of lot of antiques and a lot of cultural and heritage items around you. I know you've grown up with it, and the generations before yours also have been patronizing of such art and art forms. But
Yes,
you're a new age designer. You also deal with new age clients. So when it comes
yes,
to describing Indian modernism in a decor style,
yes,
what would you talk about it? I mean, how would you describe it if it came to describing India and the design scene now with your
yes.
long history of heritage and artifacts and the modernism put together?
Yeah, so to begin with, I'm a hoarder because I hoard a lot of antiques, a lot of artwork. I see something I like, I just pick it up. So
Yeah,
that's how it works.
yeah,
In the modern scenario, a lot of customers require contemporary, modern, straight line design.
yeah,
They don't want the so-called classical touch to it or the traditional touch to it. But
yeah,
having said that, I definitely find a lot of designers, including you, that we use a lot of Indian art forms, maybe to decorate
yes,
the walls, or
yes,
maybe through our throw cushions or some knickknacks, artifacts. So
yeah,
a good blend, a good fusion is what's running around these days, and I think that's a
yes.
good idea because we are accepting the modern values, the design forms, and also putting in the traditional forms and fusing them together. So that's
Okay.
a good thing to do as such.
Yeah, I see what you're saying because it's always wonderful to have a bit of your roots and culture, smattered or just put
Yes,
somewhere, which will always bring you back and make you feel more in touch with your roots and your culture. And
that's right.
no matter how contemporary, somehow the Indian ethos always goes well, it gels well with everything that is there around it. So, like
That's right.
you rightly said, it's beautiful to bring in fusion and take it forward from there. And I, for one, have been working with you in terms of furniture, in terms of art, and in terms
Yes.
of artifacts as well. So, how do you bring these into our homes? Blending the old with the new, and do people come and ask you for suggestions even when they're buying stuff from you? And how do you go about advising them? Because they would be having somebody working on their designs as well. So
That's
how do you
right.
take it from
Yes.
there?
So when we work with the customers and the designers together, we come up with a form and we make our suggestions of what can be implemented as far as the traditional Indian art forms are concerned. So
Okay.
Indian art form, of course, as you know, it lies in many things like paintings or embroidery, and the metal work. There's leather work, which of course Simran does quite well.
Yeah.
So these are the kind of things that actually add a lot of value to our decor. That's
Yeah.
how I feel.
Yeah.
Uh, See, these days there are a lot of developments that have taken place, even in our traditional forms. say example, Madhubani painting or even the Pichwai painting, there are a lot of contemporary paintings that have come into the market. So
Yes.
there are elements of these paintings that are framed separately, and it can be used up on the walls to decorate, and it looks very, very contemporary and nice.
Yes. And I, for one, people who don't know this, Heem Desai has done some wonderful Pichwai art for me. And I have used it in a wonderful flat that was created, I think last year was the handover. And Heem generously painted a whole table and gave it to me with Pichwai art. And I really loved it. And so did the inmates. They really liked it too. So yes, Heem Desai is an artist too, if I did mention it
Thank you so
before.
much. Yeah, I try to be a good artist like the Pichwai artist, but I'm nowhere close. But we always try.
Yeah, we can always try. Of course, that's what will take us
That's right.
closer to getting better, definitely.
Yes.
And so there is, since you work with handlooms and you work with indigenous art forms of India, how do you
Yes.
balance your color concepts along with the interiors, and how do you bring these beautiful bright colors that India has got, like Rani pinks and mango greens and all those? How do you incorporate colors into the kind of work that you do? I mean, how does it play in your head?
So most of the time, I mean, this is my concept that we leave the floor, the wall, and the ceiling as plain as possible, and
Mm-hmm.
have straight line furniture, and then we start putting in some throw cushions, or if you have a beautiful small carpet, a beautiful one with some colors. So we need to, of course, like any interior designer would say, we need to balance
Yes.
the brightness and of course the plain colors together.
Yeah, yeah.
So having said that, of course, like for example, Prachi and I have done a art house with very plain walls and everything, with a lot of splashes of colors through artwork, through different knickknacks or throw
Okay,
cushions and
okay,
stuff. So that brings in a lot of life. There's a pop of color everywhere.
okay. Yes, I know what you're saying. You're saying that we need not get rid of color, but bring it in a little bit to add that dash and that
Yes.
spice and that excitement when we bring in color. I can see what you're
Yes.
saying actually. And of other thing which I was thinking of, because you do so much of work with wood and jharokas and jalis, you've sent me some wonderful old refashioned doors and window frames and all that,
Yes.
if we could use them somewhere. So how would you incorporate those along with these things that you do? Because at the end of the day, we don't want a space to look too very Indian also, not unless you have a
That's
very
right.
clear mindset that it should be totally Indian in its look and culturally, going
That's
back and taking it from your roots. But how would you incorporate a jali in a modern setup or a jharoka in a modern setup? What would be your suggestion?
Well, use it in the most minimal possible way. Like we have a very old door with
Hmm.
minimal carving and distressed paint on it, which we've just put up
Huh?
on one of the walls. So instead of
Huh?
artwork, we have just that on the wall, and it looks beautiful around it. So it's a pop of color on in the entire area. So that can be
Huh?
done. You have, these jharokas that can be used on, say, two, three of them on the wall, and then you
Yeah.
can put in a lot of artifacts around it or things like that. So
Yeah.
it all depends, like. I mean, I wouldn't fill up an entire wall with jharokas or doors and windows
I'm
and make
sure.
it like very heavy.
I'm sure. I mean,
So that's
if
how.
we leave it to you, I'm sure you'll be really excited to fill it up totally like a gallery wall, and this is how it
Oh
looks.
yeah, yeah. Actually, because I of course love art, and to balance that, I have of course made everything else very plain. So, but
Yeah,
it has to be a balance. There has to be a balance there.
there has to be a balance. Yes. So we have a question from Cutest Vampire, and he says sometimes people go overboard with colors while
Yes.
bringing in the old style. What is a strict no-no while choosing colors?
Okay. So, while choosing colors, I
Um,
think if you put in a lot of bright colors together, it becomes very overwhelming after a few days. To
yes.
begin with, it might look really good, but I don't
Yeah.
think we can live with that much brightness around us all the time. So we need to
Yeah.
balance it with, a few earthy colors as well. Give
Okay.
it a few, like browns or greens and everything, and a little more subtle, so it balances out. So
True
that's
that.
always the trick.
That's always a trick. So the thing, what you're saying is that you can always bring in bright colors with muted shades so that they don't
Yes,
overpower each other.
that's
But
right. Yeah, yeah.
coming to that, there is also this concept of maximalism which is catching up a lot these
Yes,
days,
yes.
wherein they say more is better, and you have prints, you have colors, you have patterns, everything all sitting in one area, and people
That's
seem
right.
to love it. People seem to love it. So I think that is again a trend which will just take its own course and, you know, maybe go down in a couple of months or years or whatever. But having said that, I think what you say makes sense that you balance out your colors in such a way that one doesn't overpower the other too much.
Poverty.
Can see that.
In a maximism concept, there is at least some pattern, or there is some balance. Either it's the
Yeah.
patterns or it is the colors. There's something which is it tones down everything.
It goes
So
together. It goes together.
it goes together. That's the word. That's
Yeah.
the mantra. It has to go
Yeah.
together.
Yeah, go together. I know, I can understand that because I think when you look at something, you generally try to see that not any one thing is jarringly out of place.
That's
That
right.
at the end of the day, it all fits together neatly, even if it is not the same genre or anything like that.
Correct.
I think
Correct.
that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, even
So,
taking art forms, for example, now if I put a big tanjore and a pichwai together, it's going to look very
yeah.
off balance because both forms are very
Yes.
heavy, the traditional ones.
Yes.
So we need to balance. So if you're taking a tanjore, so we need
Yeah.
some other forms which are very light
Yes.
around that,
Yes.
around just to balance it out. So
Yeah.
that's the only way.
Yeah, true that. And since you're also into artifacts and curios, and I know that you work with a lot of materials, and you're always on the lookout for people who can bring in something new.
Yes.
What are the kind of designs or the trends or the karigari that is going on these days? Can we just get a little bit of knowledge about that from you?
I mean, Vasu, India is filled with talent. Every day, we have a research team, and every day I have a list of at least about 20, 30 new products that have come in, which we've never seen before.
Wow.
So,
Yeah.
we're talking about glass, we're talking about metal, we're talking about leather, we're talking about textiles. So, there's a lot of new work that's going on. There's a lot of people who are trying to get in a contemporary Western look while
Yeah.
keeping the Indian traditional designs alive. So
Yeah.
just today we came across a carpet. This is from
Mhm.
Rajasthan. So it's got very, very beautiful traditional Rajasthan.
Team, your camera has gone off. Oh, what's up? Oh, sorry about that. People looks like him is having a glitch at his end.
Yeah.
Oh, you're back.
Yes.
Thanks.
Sorry, there was some problem there. That's it.
Yeah, you were talking about a carpet that you got today.
Yes, that's right. So basically, we're talking about a carpet that our customer bought.
Hmm.
So basically, it's got very traditional design. The patterns, the typical floral patterns, everything very traditional. But the colors used are very, very modern, very, very English.
Okay.
So that's the thing, like very nice light pink, light blues,
Oh, nice.
very, very pastel shades.
Which is so unusual for a Rajasthani carpet.
Carpet, exactly. So,
Yeah.
now the Indian talent is actually working towards a global market. And
Yes. I
we
think,
actually
yeah.
try and, get involved with all these carriers and let
Hmm.
them know what they can do to
Hmm.
have this global market around them.
Yes. I think it helps that, when people like you who are out in the market and who are working with the Karigar bring back the worldly, preferences and tell them this is what sells out there. So they
That's right.
can, incorporate what is required and also hold on to the roots. So you bring out a different flavor of the same old variety and you offer
That's
it
right.
for people who are interested. I think that's a very nice thing. That's so interesting. And oh, I think something is wrong at his end again. I'm so sorry, people. because Heem has so much to offer and to tell us. I really wish that this gets back on track quickly. But in the meantime, uh-huh.
Yes, cutest vampire. The fusion starting at base level, perfect thing to happen. I agree with you. I really totally see what you're saying. We've lost him, and he's just gone off, and we don't know what's happening. I'll just wait for a moment, else we'll have to shut the live. People, I'm really sorry about this. What's your take on fusion? Cutest vampire, I really believe in fusion, and I think it is a workable concept. Fusion really works, unless
Suppose you want to create a space wherein, hi Heem, glad you're back. I was just filling in for you. So
Sorry, I'm
unless you
really sorry. There's
really,
some Wi-Fi issues out here.
yeah. So I was just answering a question. So unless you are very clear that you want to stick to an unadulterated concept, otherwise fusion is a beautiful palette to play because there are no rigid boundaries to follow,
Yes.
and you can bring in so many colors and concepts and styles and varieties in under one roof or under in a particular boundary, and it's your field. You can play as you like.
That's right.
And so Nag says he likes the EMAG. Heem, that's a big applause for you.
Thank you so much, Naga. I really appreciate that you've gone through it, and thanks for the encouragement. And yeah, we'll try our best to get in more and more information out on the mag.
Yes, yes. So coming to another thing that I wanted to check with you, Heem, is the usage of desi prints. Like we see a lot of Pochampalli, Ikat, and
Yes.
Sanganeri fabric and prints on soft furnishings.
Yes.
What is your take on that? How would you think we can take it to the next level? We see it on sofas and curtains these days.
Yes.
What's your
Yes.
take on it?
So we've actually developed lamps that are made out of ikat fabric.
Yeah.
So there are beautiful things that can be done. Like we have lamps, we have photo frames that have come in. They're beautiful Pochampalli photo frames with
Yes.
a mirror inside and stuff. So there are a
Yeah.
lot of stuff that can be done. It can
Hmm.
be used also as a proper sofa upholstery material as well.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm sure you know that there are Pochampalli carpets that have come in now.
Yes. The daris type, no?
The
The
dari
chote wale,
types,
the
yes,
dari
yes,
types. Yes.
yes.
Yeah.
So there are lots of things like now we've also been working with Bag embroidery for the
Hmm.
mainstream your upholstery as well.
Hmm.
So it's basically
Okay.
the kapra, it has to be a little thick. So Bag
Yes.
embroidery on a thicker material is very
Yeah.
difficult to actually embroider.
Hmm.
So we've been working with the carriers, letting them know that you have to try this and see
Hmm.
where it goes. So
Hmm.
the first of the patches are going to come in now.
Awesome. Wonderful.
Yeah,
I'd be really excited to try it out.
you should do that.
Yes. So, Cutest Vampire has a question for you. He wants to know if they can add these fabrics to main furniture like cupboards and ceiling, that is Pochampalli, etc.
100%. Like the shutters of the cupboards, we can
Yes.
actually sandwich them. Like you have a
Yes.
plywood base, put in
Yeah.
a foam and put these kapra, and then put a mirror. I mean, sorry, a glass, and it
A
looks
glass on
beautiful.
it. Yes, it
I'm
does.
I'm asking you to put a glass because it's easy to maintain. Otherwise,
Hmm.
the fabric gets very dirty over time, and then it's difficult
Yes.
to manage it.
Yes. I think that is where putting it on the ceiling is a challenge
It
because
is a
we
challenge,
see,
yes.
yeah,
But
it
having
is like,
said that, Vasu, like we've seen this in one old Haveli at Koti. They were
mm,
renovating the Koti. It is a Gujarati family. They actually
mhm,
did put those panels in the ceiling, and
mhm.
they put an acrylic sheet to protect it.
Ah, okay,
So
okay.
that way it becomes lighter and it's easy to
Yeah.
clean.
Yeah, easy to clean and it doesn't get dirty, so it maintains the
That's right.
look.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
They also
Nag
added
wants
some
to know,
Pichwai panels to it, so it was very
yeah, made
interesting.
it more
Yeah, yeah.
interesting.
Very
Yeah,
more
that's nice.
interesting. There are
Lovely.
motifs of lotus and then the cows and then there's a lot of ikat
Yeah,
around, so it was beautiful.
interesting.
Yes.
So someone wants to know what's your take on Nag wants to know what's your take on Persian carpets? Do you deal with them and can you import them or how do you get them?
Okay, so now basically our range of carpets are going to come in just before, say, Dussehra. We are working with a very well-known carpet designer from India, and he does Persian carpets, he does rugs, he does modern contemporary carpets, minimalist carpets. He works with jute, he works with wool, cotton. There are many multiple things, and he's won fantastic amount of awards for it. The only
Yes.
issue that he's not online because he is not equipped with the knowledge for going online, making a website. So this is
Okay.
one platform we've given to him. We've tied up with him, and
Huh.
it should soon be available.
Hmm. And I think considering the fact that we have this fancy for carpets, never mind even in a country like India, though it's unadvisable in so many places, but we still love the look and feel that a carpet brings to a place. It makes it look
Yes,
complete. So I think the
yes,
Indian form of daris is where it actually compensates for using a Persian carpet. Well, it gives you the look. It is not as expensive as a Persian carpet.
yes, that's right.
Yeah,
So having said that,
and
even like Persian carpets, and we also have the very beautiful Kashmiri carpets.
hmm,
Those are in fact very light. They are not as expensive as Persian carpets.
hmm,
And there are a lot of beautiful designs that have come in now. Very, very
yes,
modern concepts of Kashmiri carpets. And
yeah.
they're nice
Oh,
and
wonderful.
fluffy and they are all hand woven.
Nice, nice.
So that's one thing
Okay,
that can be done.
okay. Before we wrap up, Him, just your a quick take on the different art forms that we can incorporate. We've got Madhubani, we've got Varli, we've got Pichwai. What are the other art forms that we can bring in and use in our interiors or in our spaces in different forms?
Also, Gond is one more very beautiful art form, and this is from Bihar, around Bihar.
Gond,
And
yes.
Gond, and it basically revolves around forests or animals and
Hmm.
more of that rather than the human life.
Ah,
Cycles. And
yes.
they're very
Yes.
beautiful because they're very, very contemporary
Hmm.
and they will go very well with a very minimalist decor as well.
All right. So we
So
have
there
one
are,
question.
yeah,
Yeah.
sorry.
We have one question from Cutest Vampire, which we will take up. What is the favorite fabric of you both? Him, you go first.
Fabric for upholstery. Oh, I played with denim quite a lot,
Hmm.
gray colored denim and camel colored denim for the
Hmm.
sofas. I love
Hmm.
denim as a
Hmm.
material.
Hmm.
And of course, then I love khadi a lot. So we
Okay.
get upholstery material in khadi as well, the pure
Yeah.
khadi, and
Yes.
that's really beautiful.
Yes. Khadi is something even I like, and I feel the feel of the cloth really enhances over time. That's
That's right.
something I really
Yes,
love, and I of course love suede. I somehow the richness that it brings to any space
brings
is
it. Yes,
beautiful.
yes.
I love silks as well because they have their own charm and beauty. So actually, it's difficult to say I like only this or that's my favorite. I think yeah,
No, I
yeah,
mean,
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
if you're
going to be
talking
like
about clothing, I would love cottons and silks. Basically, I love
yeah,
silk as well for my shirts, for formal
yeah,
shirts especially. But
yeah.
for like upholstery fabric or cushions, I wouldn't go for silk as such.
Yeah, I know. It's also high maintenance. Also, it has its own
Yes, yes,
limitations. The wear and tear is more. Yeah,
that's
फिर
right.
भी, फिर भी. Okay, Heem, I think we'll wrap it up. It's been wonderful talking to you.
Thank
And
you so much.
a big thank you to all the people who've joined us. So Heem is available on Olive Tree. And please follow Fortune underscore interiors to see the IGTV video. And let us know if you have any more questions and we can get Heem to answer them. And thank you so much, Heem. And thank you everyone who's joined us. It's been a pleasure talking to you as always because there's such a wealth of knowledge you have got and we can always learn something.
Thank you so much, Vasu, for this episode. I really loved it. And thank you, everybody, for joining in. And it was lovely answering the question. This is my first time. So it's a very, very beautiful experience. And thank you,
Yes.
Vasu, for this experience.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And now, yes, it was phenomenal working with him because he's like a bhandar of knowledge on so many things. Yes.
Oh,
So
no, no. I
having
mean,
said
we all
that,
work together, frankly speaking, because when I tell a lot to Vasu and then Vasu comes up with a different concept altogether, and I'm like, oh, fantastic. Now it's really working out good. So,
yeah, it's been wonderful. It's something that works. Yes.
yes, yes.
All right. Thank you then. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you so
Bye
much, Vasu.
everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, everybody.